Hey, I'd like to welcome you to our third recruiting hot tip in a series. Today we'll be talking about how to handle relocation. And interestingly enough, a lot of what we're going to be doing today will be focused on what a recruiter has to do to at least engage with a candidate to get him or her to consider relocating. But if you're a candidate, you also might want to listen to this, and especially if your recruiter sent it to you, because it really talks about looking at it from a career perspective. And if you're a hiring manager, you're intimately involved. Candidates will not relocate unless they have a close relationship with the hiring manager. And you'll see that all come up here as we go through it. Let me kind of just go through the key points. Well, here's really the summary of it. You got to take a different perspective on this whole thing. It's about a career move, a big-time career move, not a lateral transfer with a salary bump. So if you're looking at lateral transfers, it's not going to happen. Also, go extremely slowly. This is a long-term strategic decision for both the candidate and the family. And it's not a sprint. You got to go slow, and you have to involve everybody at the company. The hiring manager, the executives in a company, the peers in a company. So let's get right to it. Let's get right to this process. And it's really based on the concepts that I believe is performance-based hiring. My 20, 30 years in the recruiting industry, placing, I'll say, the top half of the top half has convinced me of a lot of things. Resulted in a book I wrote. This is the third edition of Hire With Your Heads out now. But the key to this whole thing is if you want to hire good people, you have to have a good job. That's a performance profile. Number two, you got to recognize that good people don't look for jobs nor decide the way average people do, especially in a relocation. Third, you got to be a great interviewer. You got to be able to use that interview, assess if you've got a strong person, then convert that into a real job and a career move. And that's what recruiting is all about. You have to do all four of those things. None of them are especially difficult. They're not easy, but what's real difficult is you got to do them all the time, every time. And with relocation, you even have to be better at it than that. In fact, performance-based hiring is really the idea of how do you hire the top half of the top half. From a training standpoint, we offer recruiter boot camp and hiring manager training. We offer an advanced course using LinkedIn Recruiter to hire passive candidates. Sometimes we just tell companies, hey, we'll do the whole thing. We'll train your recruiters, train your manager, and we'll do the work and show you how to do it, and you do it on your own. If you'd like more information, info at Adler Concepts. Go to adlerconcepts.com. We've got a lot of webcasts and a lot of free events. Let's get right to relocation. And let me start off by saying it's a marathon, not a sprint. You got to engage lots and lots of people and convert those many engagements into a marriage, and a few of them will come through here. Don't sell the job, sell the next step. Go slow, but you got to always move forward. Critical. And it starts with a career discussion. Would you be open to talk about a career move if it really wasn't exceptional? Never ask, would you relocate? Everybody's going to say no. Instead ask, on the chance that the job that I represent is a true career move, remarkable career move, 1 in 10 opportunity, wouldn't it make sense to talk 5 or 10 minutes? Might not wind up being a great career move, and maybe it will wind up being a career move. Regardless, it could be a great career move, but at least we have an opportunity to network. And I think the idea of retargeting, don't expect to do this on day one. Sometimes you call a person back 2 or 3 times over a period of a month. Even a couple of days is more likely. Don't try to force it all into the sprint of I got to call 100 people today and hopefully one wants to relocate. Not going to happen. Different process. But the process starts by turning jobs into careers. That's a job description. This stuff in the blue, no top person wants it. At best, that's a lateral transfer. So if you're using job descriptions, don't if you want to relocate anybody. It will not happen. Number two, you've got to understand why it's a great job. So ask the manager, what does it take to be in the top half of the top half? What does it take for this person to need to accomplish to be in the high potential group? And it's going to be stuff the person needs to do. Action verbs, build, change, create, reduce. Make stuff happen. Then ask the hiring manager, why would a top person who's already fully employed want this job? And then why would they want to relocate? And if you don't have a career move there, you've got not much to work with. And here's what I'm going to say is really probably, I would say, the secret of hiring success. You want to hire the top half of the top half. You got to have a great job, which is the performance profile. And it's got to be a challenging career move for the person. Number two, you have to have a long-term career component. Got the short term, which is the stuff on the left, long term is stuff on the right. And when you engage with a candidate, you've got to make sure they see both of those. And frequently this won't happen. That's why you got to have a game plan when you go into relocation. It's about a major career move discussion. It's not about a job somewhere 500 miles away from home that's going to uproot your family. And it takes time to present that. So you got to go slow, go real slow. Then retarget the person, just like ads. We could call them back a couple of times. You'll engage your hiring manager. Maybe have your hiring manager call the person back. Just be open to have a career discussion, not relocation. Persist. What if this was a 1 in 10 opportunity? Would you be open to talk about it? Persist. You got to remember, you got to sell the family. This is a family decision, and they got to make it together in parallel. You got to engage your managers, the person's new peers, the executives in the company. First call is just an exploratory phone call with a hiring manager. After you have your phone screened, suggest, hey, I recognize this might not be the right move, but if I can get the hiring manager to chat with you, be open to talk about it. Engage them, slow steps. Second step, have the hiring manager invite the person down to exploratory visit. No obligation. Then more obligation, get the family to come down. Let this be a slow process where people really see the impact of this. You got to start with a lot of people at the beginning, and you got to have a few drop out at the end. It's critical, but recognize it's going to be a big career move with big bucks. It isn't easy to pull off, but if you have a game plan, you have great careers, you can pull it off. So again, the Adler Group, what we do is we help companies raise the talent bar using performance-based hiring. We got lots of training, basic training for managers and recruiters, advanced training. We'll do it all together just to prove that it works with our hybrid search. We'll throw the training in at no cost. Call us, info@Adler Concepts, or visit us for some websites, adlerconcepts.com. I hope you found this helpful. I look forward to working with you again in the future.